ladies and gentlemen, the final speaker of the day to talk about enabling DeFi users to interact with the traditional world. Please make them feel very, very welcome. Put your hands together for Anton.
Thank you, sir. Yay. So guys, I know it's the end of the day, everybody's tired, so we're going to do some really complicated stuff here. Wait, how do I click? Do this. No, first issue right away. Which direction do I? Oh, there you go, right. So this is not that type of the speech where we're going to go into really detailed stuff or complicated things, so guys, chill. What we are going to talk here today, and I'm going to start with a very hot take. I think that we still live in a sandbox. Over the past years, we as crypto industry, we've enabled and we've built amazing primitives. We recreated traditional finance primitives, and we're starting to build the new ones that don't even exist. But have you ever thought about how cool things we can do, but they're really siloed? Does your lending primitive that you can go and take a loan somewhere in Ava in 10 seconds, collateralize, still have an exposure in an asset, does that make sense to an outside world? Can you really utilize that? Can you pay with that for your rent? Can you pay for that in a coffee shop? No. And that's the problem. And the problem is with on and off ramps. I mean, why do we still have to talk about on-ramping and off-ramping in 2023? Why do we still have to think about, OK, this merchant does support crypto, this merchant doesn't support, this one does support that, this one doesn't, oh, this one is only BTC. That's pretty nuts, right? And that's 2023. Let's take a look at the simple on-ramping solution, right? And that's basically what we think is a norm. So first, well, you have a bank account or you have a debit card, a credit card, that's already existing, right? How do you on-ramp to crypto? What do? You go to a crypto exchange. Then, what do? Well, crypto exchange gives you a list of assets that are available to you to buy, so you have to buy that. How do you enable or how do you get to this next stage of, this our little sandbox of DeFi and primitives and all these amazing cool things that everybody, or all your friends are talking about? Well, you buy that asset, but then don't forget, if you want to interact in DeFi protocols, you also have to have gas. So, OK, let's say you've bought some, I don't know, USDC. Now you also need some ETH, if it's, let's say, ETH mainnet, or some L2s, or maybe you need some Matic if it's on Polygon. So don't forget to buy that. All right, what do you do next? Then you Googled what's the best wallet out there. You saw a bunch of MetaMask scam replies on Twitter. You thought, well, that's a good option. You downloaded MetaMask. Then what do? You have to transfer your exchange to that wallet. Well, you already got charged. All right. What do? Well, then, with that wallet, you have to then actually go to the dApp that you want to use, you connect, and then you can interact with the contract. And that was just a very simple experience from how you can get from your money that you have in your bank account, that's how you get paid, or et cetera, to that cool crypto stuff. Oh, yeah, don't forget about executing the transaction. When we're talking about off-ramping, it's also same stuff, right? You go to some protocol, you execute the trade, you get into the vault, you collect the yield from the vault, you do whatever you want it to do, and then you have to follow all that way through back to the money so that you don't need to check the maps where I can spend my crypto, so that you don't need to Google the thing beforehand and be like, OK, is it going to be accepted or not? What if there was a way to cut that? What if there was a way, I have my wallet, the wallet of my choice. If I like this brand, if I trust this wallet, if I like it, the cold storage wallet, a hot one, if it's a multi-party computation wallet, if it's a account abstraction wallet, Zoo wallet, whatever it is, you name it. You just have that wallet that you trust, and that wallet is the connection to your off-chain finances. Is it even possible? Is it even possible? Just like, let's just imagine for a second that it is possible. What could you do? Then you could enable really cool things. So things that we as an industry have been fighting for. You could have self-repaying loans with protocols. You could have basically your true DeFi savings account that actually pays to your IBAN, and that you can spend that yield and pay for your rent, or I don't know, just send it to your mom. You could have zero interest loans against the collateral that you would like to carry. The point is that if that thing would have been possible, you could enable all of the other cool things, like, for example, buy now or pay later on the card. But that's not even that. The world is even larger than that. Every logic, or almost every logic, that other people, other teams have built on chain is something to do with money, or form of money, or somehow links to money. And what it means is that that can be enabled. So let's just imagine for a second if there was a world and you could have all of those amazing opportunities with you on the card today. Well, you could ask me, Anton, all right, that was very intriguing, 6 p.m. I want to go and have some tapas and just drink, like, let's get over with this, I'm done. How would that work, right? So how's it even possible? Is it even a thing? Is it one of those speeches? I'm all for all the good stuff. I'm all against the bad stuff. The point is that that's something that I use today. That's something that we've built. That's something that already works. You can try it. And here's how it works. Very simple. We have two worlds. We have the on-chain world, and we have the off-chain world. The moment we try to bring the on-chain world and force it to the off-chain world, it resists. If you guys remember, back in the days, we were very, very excited about, hey, this merchant now supports and has this special terminal that the merchant has to buy and pay monthly fees just to accept Bitcoin or other stuff. Is it really adoption? Again, when can we get to the part where every shop that I go to, here in Europe, supports Visa, MasterCard? You don't think about it, it just works, it's there. Why do you even have to worry or care if your crypto is accepted? Why the merchant has to even worry about your crypto? They don't want to. So the moment we try to connect those two worlds and enforce our world into their world, it fails. So what if we integrate our world into their world? And here's how. And very simple thing, again, if I can say it, that we just have the relayer in between two things and a separate, isolated infrastructure in different networks, because different networks also don't talk to each other, and we're going to talk about that in a second. At this part, because it's 6 p.m., I would just say that's it, we're done, that's the answer, thank you very much. Let's have just, take a closer look into this thing. Basically, what we've created a basic, call it a toolkit or a toolbox, so that any other protocol can build with us or on top of us and execute their logic to make sure that their customers can have that logic and that it's inbuilt and it's enabled. So I just gave you like 4 different use cases there: lending, yield, LSDFi, but you could put any cool things. Just imagine you hold some NFT in your wallet, because whatever, but that NFT affects on what kind of cashback you're getting in the real world when you're just spending with your card. And the card just works with every merchant because it's the same debit card as it would have been with any other bank. Is it even possible? Well, that's basically all you need. We're not going to talk today about much. What is it that we do, how and what and everything. What I wanted you guys to put the seed, to start thinking and start saying that, well, look, off-ramping is bad. That needs to be changed. There's a lot projects, there's a lot more to come that are working in this direction, and we have to unite our forces, and we have to work together because that's the only way to push this forward. But what I wanted to put into your head is that there is a better path. There is a better way. There's a better way to use your money. And that can be done today, not tomorrow, not sometime down the road, but today. So at that point, I wanted to give you guys something. If you scan this QR code, if you don't have our card yet, you can actually scan, you can apply for it. And if you have the NFT, so ETH Barcelona NFT in your wallet, and again, the NFT is on what? Ethereum, Optimism, where else? Polygon, right? So 3 networks. It's automatically detected, and the discount is going to be applied when you order your card. So that's the card that works today, just like any other debit card. You can pay with it in store. You can have Apple Pay, Google Pay. You can have your personal IBAN and even send SEPA. And all of that you do from your wallet. So we are not a wallet ourselves, but we enforce this open ecosystem where wallets can connect, protocols can connect. We would work with many different networks. So right now we support 6. We can go into many more. With this model, it's replicatable, and it's easy to create new logic. And that's what I want. I want to have the world where somebody on the other side of the world, from the basement, can create a primitive that is going to make me use my money better and more efficient. And I want to have an option to use that. So try this today. See if it changes your life. If it doesn't, tell us in the chat that we suck. But if it does change your life, let's build together. Thank you. We have a few minutes. I'm pretty sure there's going to be no more questions, if any. If you guys have questions, happy to answer that. If not, let's get the party started, right? The question. Loading. Yay, no, nothing. Good. Wait, is it loading or is it not? I'm just, if you guys. Oh, OK.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation, first of all. I'm curious to know if you're covering only Europe, or do you have plans to apply to other markets like Latin America?
I would say and I think Mel was here before, right? He talked about this jurisdictionality.
Yeah.
So I think every project, every company wants to be accessible everywhere, right? Because who wants to self-limit to provide a solution to customers? But this is where it takes time, it's more expensive, and this is why we need to collaborate and work together. So that's why there's a company, there's a project that holds a license in this region. Can you work with them, right? There's a company, a project that holds a license necessary to provide these kind of services in some other region. You work together. And this is probably the only path to have the global coverage, because right now there is no working product that works across the globe where you can spend your money as easy in crypto as possible. So that's the stage to get. We definitely want to be globally accessible. And probably, I saw a very common question. Why Europe? Why is this available in Europe and not elsewhere? And also for everybody to understand, this is not that because for some reason teams love Europe and hate everything else. It's because it's purely pragmatic reasons, right? You get one license and you're available in more countries than one, right? There's the entire European Union. There's a cost to it. There's a regulatory clearance. But then if you go outside, it's per country. And then that's where people start thinking, OK, how much money is it going to cost us? Do we have that budget? Is it make sense? So the only way for smaller projects, larger projects, to do that is to work together.
Can you explain a bit more the business model behind the product?
I think when it comes to off-ramping, on-ramping, everything is pretty much the same, right? Typically, projects charge you for that operation. So if you want to get from your crypto to your fiat, that's where they charge you the fee. Same thing for us. But I believe that can be changed. And that can be changed to working with these primitives. So imagine this. You build a protocol that allows you to earn yield on the T-bills, tokenized T-bills. So you earn interest. So what happens is that you can build the logic saying, you know what, every time I earn $20, off-ramp it automatically. So you don't need to do anything. It's just there, right? It comes to your balance. You just open it up. It's there. What if you could charge a small percentage fee or like that markup, right, on that operation? So then it becomes a more interesting model where you only pay for what you're actually looking for, what you need. But typically, yes, same for us. It is the percentage on the off-ramping.
Which percentage?
75 bips. So it's 0.75.
OK. Thanks.
Amazing. Guys, thank you very much. It was amazing. I wish everyone a very good evening. And let's go get the party started. Or too early? Too early. OK. All right. OK. Thank you very
Anton,
much.
everybody.